What up, family? This is your man Jeff. Welcome back to my channel, Food Delivery Guru. Today is Friday, June 19th, 2020, also known as Juneteenth. So for those of you that don't know why June 19th is so important to us Black Americans or African Americans, I'm about to educate you and give you a brief history lesson. Don't take this personal, because I keep it real on my channel. This ain't something you're going to see in the history books. So with that being said, let's get started. Right, so the Civil War started in April of 1861 with the Confederate Army firing the first shots at Fort Sumter. This is like, we should know this stuff. Now, not more than a year and a half later, Abraham Lincoln had a problem. The Confederate Army was kicking the Union armies behind. He was losing support. So, on September 22nd, 1862, Abraham Lincoln created an executive order freeing all of the slaves from the southern states or the Confederate states. Now, this executive order was to take place or go into effect on January 1st of 1863. Now, you might ask, why didn't they just put that executive order into place right then and there? Well, they needed to get the word to the slaves in the Confederate States so that they can cause revolts and uprise and try to make their way to the Union armies to fight against the Confederate soldiers so that they can free their brothers and sisters out of bondage. Hence, the Emancipation Proclamation basically stated why the Union Army was fighting the Confederate Army, because they wanted to end slavery. Bullshit. So, you want to ask, why is June 19th, 1865, or Juneteenth, so important? The Civil War ended in April of 1865. But the last state to free their slaves was on June 19th, 1865, and that state was Texas. Hence why Juneteenth is so important to Black and African Americans. Now, if you really want to get deep into history, ask about Cinco de Mayo and see how Cinco de Mayo was so important to the Union Army winning the Civil War. With that being said, let's get into Grubhub. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about Grubhub. So by now, everyone should know, whether you just drive for Grubhub or any other food app, Grubhub was purchased by a company in the UK for $7.3 billion. Yes, B with a billion, okay? They turned down Uber's offer for $6 and some change billion. And the purchase consisted of an all-stock purchase, okay? Now, I'm not going to get into the differences between stock, cash, and all that other stuff. Really, it is irrelevant. But Grubhub took the better of the deals, okay? Now, what does that mean for us here in the United States? I'm going to be honest, who the heck even knows? I can tell you from actual buyouts, and people that have worked in corporate companies can probably also agree that anytime there is some type of buyout, there is going to be some changes. Where those changes are going to be, we can only wait and see. But I do know this. The one thing that Grubhub is doing that I do think is awesome is that Grubhub has implemented a minimum guarantee in certain regions of the country. Now, it is not everywhere, and the minimum guarantee is different, okay? So like out here in the Phoenix, Arizona area, our minimum guarantee is $9. Now, I have heard that minimum guarantee, you actually have to be on block. Out here in Phoenix, whether I'm on block or off block, I'm still getting the same $9 guarantee. I have not got any lowball orders not being on block. They've all been $9. Now, that might be different for every region. Like in Seattle, I know that the minimum guarantee is $12. I do not know if it is whether you're on block or off block, okay? Now, there are some parts of the country that are not experiencing a minimum guarantee. hit up a guy on Facebook. He was in Iowa. He said he's still getting $4 and $5 offers. So they're not doing it in every area, in every region of the country, but they are doing it in some areas. And I just believe that this is a test to see if they can sustain, by doing a minimum guarantee on offers. Right now, we are all experiencing customers not tipping. I mean, why do you think that is? Because folks are broke, okay? Right now, we are headed into probably what people want to say the second wave of COVID-19. That is going to literally make things worse than what they are, okay? So, for those of you that are out there and you're making good money, if, like for myself, today is Friday. Normally, Friday, I am done at literally right now it is 2:20. I've already made my $200 for the day, and I started at 7 a.m. Okay, but I am going to drive literally probably till 7 p.m. Why? Because I know things are tough and they are going to continue to get tough. So if you have the energy to continue to drive and make that money, you might want to do so, because things are going to get rough. Now, one of the things that I found out on Grubhub, because I've talked to 2 people that have gotten suspended and one person got deactivated for abusing the hourly guarantee. What do I mean by abusing? Okay, so in certain states, Grubhub will guarantee an hourly rate. Like California, if you're in the state of California, they will guarantee an hourly rate, all right, based on the orders that you are taking. So you have to receive and take all orders given to you to qualify for the hourly rate. But what's happening is there are people like myself, okay, so I live at the edge of the Phoenix region for Grubhub. And in my area, there might be 5 stores or 5 restaurants that Grubhub does business with. And sometimes when I'm in my area, I don't get an order for Grubhub for 3 hours, 4 hours. And that is happening with some individuals in a similar situation. They're sitting on Grubhub, not getting any orders, kicking it at the house, and they're getting the hourly guarantee. Well, Grubhub said no more. And so those people were suspended, and one was, I'm assuming, deactivated because they had already been given a warning. And so that person got deactivated from the platform. So I want you guys to just note and be careful on that hourly guarantee. Make sure you are driving out there and accepting and trying to accept orders. Now, in most cases, I can understand the argument if the area that they're in is slow and they don't have a lot of orders in their area, but Grubhub ain't gonna pay you to sit on your butt and sit on your couch. I'm just saying, I know these 3 people, I've talked to these 3 people, and each one of their cases is unique, but all of them are the same situation as far as them basically sitting at the house waiting on an order and not getting anything and collecting the hourly guarantee. So, do I agree with that? Yes and no. But I will let you guys comment. Let me know if you agree with Grubhub deactivating somebody for sitting on their couch and collecting the hour guarantee because they're not getting any orders. You let me know what you think. Like I said, it's a catch-22. I can say if I was a business owner, I wouldn't want to pay somebody to sit around and do nothing. But on the other hand, I'm a driver. Okay, I'm an independent contractor. And if that's in your agreement, and I don't have that many restaurants, it's not my fault that no one in my area is ordering. So I understand both points. So anyway, I think that's it for now. I'm going to make another video later on in the week talking about DoorDash and some of the things that they are doing. They are off the hook, y'all. Just FYI, when you undersign an order Make sure you put a good reason of why you're undersigning it, because they will send you a text message letting you know that your reason was bogus and that when you accept the order, according to the contract, you should be completing it. We'll talk about that in the next video. Anyway, you guys drive safe out there. Make that money. Peace out.